Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind of an Terrace Moon. I know I changed your Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, we're going to talk about Ouija boards and black magic. Now, Ouija boards and black magic. Now, first of all, we're going to talk about Ouija boards first, because you know what I'm saying, like, I need people to understand, it's the simple things. It's the simple things. It's the simple things. Now, by that being said, if we want to talk about Ouija boards, now before you even dive into anything serious, first of all, you have to realize that the Ouija board is dealing with the English language. So it has English letters and numbers on it, on a Ouija board. So off the bat, that's letting you know how far back it's dated. And if you want to really be technical, it's an offspring of some religious shit, some religious bullshit. Because you know, even when you want to talk about the age of Pisces, the age of Pisces is when mysticism, creativity, imagination, and fantasy was on the earth realm very strong. So you've seen a lot of that being played out through human civilizations with the strong clinging on to religions and different spiritual inclinations and different representations from the external realm, which could play out in drugs and things to do in order to hallucinate yourself to get into this dream, fantasy, and imagination realm. And that's how a lot of these guys was proceeding through this realm of reality, through that energy and through those lights. But now we're in the age of Aquarius, which is the age of information and knowledge and technology and things of that nature. So now people are questioning, are those illusions that everybody was just in really real? Is these mysticisms and imaginations that these people was tying to spirituality and religion, is these real? Let's get information about these things now. People are gaining information and knowledge, and the way that they're gaining information and knowledge is through technology and things of that nature. And now even constructing a whole new civilization around it, because look, each civilization was just trying to find new ways of how to explain the energetic lights coming from each planet, right? And so they gave it names and gave it this, that, and the third. So even though you have atheists and scientists and things of that nature, really what this civilization is doing is the same thing the previous civilization is doing. So the names and the stuff that they gave it back then, we're slowly getting out of the Roman civilization, where we're giving it Mars and Jupiter and things of that nature. But the way the scientists keep working, they got different names for different things now. So the way the scientist is looking at the planets and trying to dissect the planets and what the planets' meanings and the energies and what kind of forces that they have is basically the same way that I'm not a part of this, but just y'all way of constructing how y'all understand it in this civilization. So it's all the same shit. So, but at the same time, when you want to get to talking about the Ouija board is basically a board that's now we know all letters and shit. Now these people knew this all, and then especially being in the age of Pisces, they was adding mysticism and things to their nature. So now we in a situation where we taking people with these kind of theologies, these kind of religious backgrounds and things of that nature, and adding rituals and spells. And we know words in general is spells. Now spells is not a bad or a good thing. They're neutral, so they could be used against you or for you in your life. But for the most part, it's based upon you to know what kind of spirits you're carrying, and things of that nature. So when you want to talk about a Ouija board, the English language and the letters, each letter is a spell. They add a meaning to each combination of letters, whatever like that. And they got vowels and synonyms and pronouns and actions and verbs and things of that nature, right? So then they set up all these letters and numbers on a Ouija board, and really just was an initiation or a ritual for the English language, basically, to get you to believe in the English language. You know, basically. So that's where the Ouija board really initiated and began from. So the Ouija board can't be nothing but as long as the English or dated back religion, as far as probably like 200 years ago. Like, it can't be no further back than that. You know what I'm saying? It's not any real science. It's just some Caucasian. I don't even want to say really Caucasian, but I want to say as far as you want to go back and think about who created the English language, and then the people who utilize that energy of the English language and utilize it for spells and mechanisms and energies of that nature. It was just for you to believe in the English language. So that's That's the Ouija board. So the Ouija board is nothing but, it's not conjuring spirits. It's not conjuring nothing. It's just another way for you to believe in the English language, because you're sitting there with a group of English letters and numbers and actually believing something is coming out of this. And the theologies that you're believing is coming out of it is religious and spiritual theologies, because you're thinking you're thinking you're casting demonic forces. And the only reason you even know anything about a demon is because of Christianity or something like that. So, you know what I'm saying? That's another video. And then we want to talk about dark magic. Now, dark magic. Now, we have to look at the actual wording. You have dark, which is anything that's in the dark. We know dark is the polar opposition of negativity of the yin realm, and the receiving realm, and the realm of roundness. So it's not a good or a bad, but you know what I'm saying. But things that's bad in your life may trickle down from this energy source, but that energy source itself had nothing to do with your outlook on it. Everybody need negative and positive mechanisms, but that's another story. Now, when we talk about dark, that's when we talk about that aspect. And when we talk about magic, magic is your imagination. You can do anything in your imagination, and you are the creator in your imagination. So basically, when you bring your imagination into reality, it's basically your magic. That's how you create your magic. That's why I said one of the most important gifts that humans have is being able to create their inner world into the external world also, because that was something that Elohim did. So if you can access that power also, why not do that? You see what I'm saying? You create your own heaven or hell. But look, that's another video. Now, when we're talking about as far as the access, when we're talking about black magic, now anyone who uses black magic or dark magic, these people are in a negative energy, and they're using their imagination for dark things. Now, it doesn't always have to be negative, but they're using their imagination for dark things. So 9 times out of 10, when someone presents to you dark or black magic, 9 times out of 10 is because their soul or something may have happened to them in a negative type situation, and they're wanting to return the favor. Because that's the only reason you should be dealing with any black or dark magic. Otherwise, your feelings and emotional stances on things should be positive, should be in the light, should be dealing with light magic or white magic or things of that nature. But when you did dark magic, is when you're trying to get rid of things in your life. You shouldn't use dark magic to try to cast things onto others, because dark, is negative, is round. So you're using your imagination for darkness. So you can even do this for lower chakra things. Like, for an example, this is where religion be talking about where if you're married, you're not supposed to look at another woman out of lust. Now, they don't necessarily mean what they mean. It's just whoever was writing this back in this day had certain knowledge that I have. Like, I'm Archangel Uriel, but I'm telling you what it actually is. This is what it actually is. When you look at a woman or anything of that nature, say you're not doing something in the external realm, you're doing something with your imagination, right? So whatever you're doing within your imagination, that's your magic. Now, say everything that you imagine is some dark shit. Now, some dark shit, you talking about raping somebody, or you always have an imagination to do some raping, or you got an imagination to rob, you got an imagination to always steal, you always imagining negative shit to do, you always imagine that's using dark magic. So people use dark magic every day. You use dark magic. Now, depending on how much energy you put into it, that's how much you're going to manifest back into your life. Everybody don't even put that much energy into shit, so they receive little to no energy of that back. It's like every day it's like a balance scale when you're going through realms of realities and illusions. But if you know how to control this, you'll know what energies you want more back of and what energies you don't want more back of. So it plays out in roundness, like in circles and circles itself. It creates its own geometric tree of life and shit. But you know what I'm saying, when we want to talk about as far as using black magic, now a lot of times it's because you got a dark imagination. Things that you imagine and things that you're seeing with yourself is in a dark place. So you always imagining dark things and things that's maybe negative, or things that's dealing with receiving. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't always have to be negative. It could be receiving type things. So for an example, say you want to get something out of life, or you want $1 million, or you want to do this or whatever like that, and you get into black magic to do it. These are the only reason you can even get into black or dark magic is because you're trying to do something in the right brain or yin realm mechanism. And the only it's only a few things you could do there. It's things that's dependent on negativity, or things that's dependent on or things that's dependent on the emotions and feelings and the soul, so that you need to uplift yourself on, because because you have got down, you had to been down to even see that realm. You know what I'm saying? Then on the flip side, to receive, because the right brain and the female energy and the dark realm energy is to receive. So you're trying to receive a person, place, or thing. These is the only ways that your spirit and your soul even went in that location and seen that realm of reality, to even have an idea and understanding of you can utilize black magic to manifest something that you want to receive or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So when you put your spirit, anytime you put your spirit and soul too much in the dark, it's not going to be able to see anything, so it can get lost. If there's no lights on where you at, you get lost, right? You run into shit, stumble and fall, and don't know where to go. Your spirit and soul can end up being like that, and you end up losing your spirit and soul, and your body just be here like a robot because you didn't dive too deep into that. You know what I'm saying? So I advise you not to dive too deep into that. But for the most part, when you utilize that, it's just because your imagination is always in dark moments. So everybody is always doing this. But it's even worse when a person could concentrate on something. When a person get hurt by somebody real bad, and that person that got hurt can concentrate a lot of energy and pay attention to a lot of things that they can imagine that's real dark that can happen to that person. 9 times out of 10, that person that's going to get attacked by that energy, if they're not spiritually inclined enough, they're going to end up manifesting that in their life if they keep interacting in some type of way with that person that's reaching out to them with that dark matter, that dark energy. You know what I'm saying? So that's like holding grudge and carrying rituals and shit like that. So, and spells. So you have to be careful of that. But for the most part, when you want to talk about dark matter, not dark matter, but dark magic and black magic, be careful. And because a lot of times, and that's where a lot of the real melanated beings is also too. Like, a lot of humans want to play the attributes and roles of being melanated. I know you do, and I know you feel the energy. A lot of times, the darker you is, the more you may think you feel it. But you ain't a melanin being. You may just carry melanin attributes, and it may be carried out in certain ways through you based upon the energy, the energetic force of melanin. Now, if the energetic force is gonna, in the external realm, is gonna attract to certain things that is dark. So it may have easier. The melanin energy itself may have better access to things in the external realm that is dark or black, but for the most part, it's just because it's just a form of energy. You, in no way, shape, or form, I don't give a fuck how black you is, you're not representing the melanin energy in its true form. So you need to chill out. You're just another representation that's carrying the energetic forces of it. And everybody have it, even white people. They just have it in different areas and different mechanisms and different polar parts of their body and inside their body. And it plays out in different ways. And then they have other attributes that may play out in other ways that we carry, but it's just in other different ways. The darker you is, you see what I'm saying? So it doesn't actually matter. But energy get played out in all different ways, in different shapes and forms. You know what I'm saying? So just because you can't find it in your realm of reality and you want to take claim to it in your realm of reality, that's being selfish and naive. Because the energy don't give a fuck about you, but you give a fuck about the energy. And you need to take your own fucking power back and create your own motherfucking energy. You see what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers are slow. But when you want to talk about the motherfucking black magic and dark magic, yeah, you do that shit every day. Any type of dark imagination that you have. And make sure you're just not concentrating that shit and you're not putting a lot of energy into that shit unless it's for a purpose. Now, if you're trying to do something, if you're trying to receive something, because 9 times out of 10, the dark realm and the female energy, that's the receiving. So people use dark magic and a lot of times because they want to receive something. They want to receive some money, some love, some they want to receive some type of some feeling of fucking getting over somebody or something like that, or revenge, you know what I'm saying, or things of that nature. So things of that nature, you can use dark magic for it. A lot of times it may deal with your blood. You may have to cut your hand a little bit and put a little bit of blood on a piece of paper, have a little spell or something like that, and to accumulate what you're going to get fast. Now what's going to happen is you're going to open up the door gates and access through your blood and through your writing and through your spells from whatever kind of spells you're using and whatever kind of blood type you have. Now these are the demigods that's going to come and benefit you and give you, but they're going to want something back in return, and you're going to have to apply yourself with that contract. You're gonna have to apply yourself with that contract, and if you don't, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna find you're gonna find what you wanted to get removed, or you not being emotionally satisfied with it, and you figuring out or thinking that you need more of something. So you're gonna find yourself going deeper and deeper into the dark, to the point that you end up losing your soul if you're not spiritually inclined enough to rise back up to the top. So you know what I'm saying, that's a video on Ouija boards and black magic. Shout out to I forgot the person's name, but you know who you is, who wanted this video done. Flight Boss, bitch, air.